I just don't know how I would really get that out with already. You can see I've started to mark up the board right here. And this little tool is a master of leverage, measurement, and precision. You just don't know it yet. So everybody knows how to use a hammer, right? You basically pull nails out, hit nails in, play whack-a-mole with a bunch of nails, right? Well, if that's all you're using your hammer for, you're missing about 80% of what the actual functionality of that hammer is used for. I'm going to show you a couple little tips that I use on a daily basis to improve my hammer skills, and maybe they will yours too. There's a bunch more, but I'm just going to go over a couple real quick. So while I'm still young, I definitely have been in the trade for years, and I've seen some guys do some ridiculous stuff just because they didn't know a couple of these simple hacks. Don't let that be you. You see, they'll take the time to go grab a ruler for a quick measurement or use a screwdriver where a hammer could easily have done a cleaner, better job. Well, we're not doing that anymore. Let's work smarter. The sharp, flat edge is perfect for scraping up old caulk or glue, or even for shaping the rough edge on a piece of wood. It gives you more control and a cleaner line than a chisel. And next, your hammer is a ruler. A standard framing hammer from the head to the end of the handle is normally a consistent length. This one's actually 16 inches. And what I use that for is when I'm putting in studs, I can go ahead and make that on-center movement or line those studs up pretty accurately before going in there with a tape measure to get my perfect mark. You can use this for quick repetitive measurements or checking your spacing. Now the next little thing for this really isn't about the hammer itself. It's more about a use for the hammer. I don't know how many times I've worked on a project and I've scuffed up or destroyed a piece of wood because I wasn't using this thing properly. This little tip works out wonders. You're going to want to go ahead and use a block like this for leverage. What it's going to do is it's going to create a point. If you're taking a finishing nail out like this, you could just grab this hook on here and give it a nice snug, and that whole nail is going to come right out for you a lot easier. Next up, we got like a roofing nail. This roofing nail is going to be a lot easier to pull out like this. Now the real problems come in when we get out of the smaller nails with a tiny little hammer like this, and we get back into the framing nail, or the framing hand, or a bigger hammer. Now pulling nails out like this are a bit rough, especially when they get curved up. Because what happens is, if you try to pull this pressure in here, this is exactly what you're going to get. You're going to get a bent nail just like this. And it's going to be a lot harder to come out. Take this and put it up here, and just use it as a leverage point. That block is going to make it so much easier to rock this out. Another little hack, find another hammer and just tap on it right here a little bit, like this. It's going to pull that nail right out. If you use a bigger block, it's going to work a lot easier for you. And I'm going to show you that right now. Well, I can't find my bigger block, so I'm going to go ahead and use this. This is just a piece of scrap wood that I had laying around. We're going to go here. Well, as long as you don't dent your wood from doing that, make sure you hit here. And look how much that nail came out. That nail came right out for us, with very little damage to the wood, only from where I hit it with the axe. Now let's see if we can get this one out without it. I'm gonna have to put my foot up here. I just don't know how I would really get that out without the proper leverage. Already, you can see I've started to mark up the board right here. So, simply apply a little bit of pressure. Now just imagine how hard it would have been and how much damage you would have done to even that rough cut piece of wood. Not to mention your cool project you're working on, if you wouldn't have used that leverage option. And there you have it, the secret life of the hammer. Well, at least there's a few tips that might be able to help you on your next project. And these couple of tips really are time savers and stress savers. If you know what I'm talking about, just throw a big thumbs up in the comment. And if you know another nifty hack or way that you can use this thing, throw that down in the comments too. If you like these tips, make sure you hit the subscribe button, because next time we're going to be talking about one of the most underrated items in the tool bag, the pencil. And you're not going to want to miss it. In the meantime, wrap your extension cords like a pro. What about all the crazy red and black markings on the tape measure? What are those for? If And if you need to sharpen something like this, it's really easy. You can go ahead and grab the hack